Let me say this though. I am sorry. Like, I am sorry that it ended, like, it all ended and it came to this. I am sorry. When I released, one of the reasons I also deleted the text messages was, like I said, I was having a complete breakdown. I was breathing into a paper bag, and all of a sudden I took a step back and I'm getting emotional. I was like, Kaylin is feeling this way right now, probably. And that killed me. And I was like, I can't believe I did what I'm feeling right now. I just did to somebody else. And that hurt and that sucked. And so that's why I did suddenly take the text messages down. And I did have, a moment to step back from everything and be like, what did I just do? I did have that moment. And so that was hard. And I am sorry that it hurt her the way it did. It is something that, I wish it didn't come to that. I really do. I wish it didn't come to that.
One thing that was said from Kaylin, and I've actually heard this too, is that you were talking or considering about releasing these text messages from the moment you saw that episode air, because it wasn't what you believed to be the truth. Mm-hmm. And you consulted with people, you talked to people, even the people who were actually involved, Kaylin herself. And Dean said you talked to him as well. Mm-hmm. So what made you ultimately say, you know what, against what everybody else is saying, because it seemed like everybody told you no, you said, yes, I'm going to release them?
Yeah, so I think Kaylin used the word she used the word.
She said premeditated.
Yeah, premeditated. So yeah, Kaylin, she used the word premeditated, and premeditated, is just a fancy way of saying, I thought really hard about it, because I did. It was such a hard decision for me. That night when I released those text messages, I was breathing into a paper bag. Like, it was incredibly difficult for me. And a decision like that, you do reach out for advice, and especially advice for people who have been in situations like me, and in Bachelor Nation. And a lot of people, they didn't even really say, no, don't do it. They were like, if you do this, know what's the consequences are, that kind of thing. Like, and I did reach out, and some, there were a few that were like, like the thing she's saying, like, you have to do it. Like, I don't see any other choice. And so when people say, why did you was premeditated or whatever, it was such a hard decision for me. I wanted to reach out, and I wanted to talk to other people, and I wanted to see if anybody else had any other ideas. I wanted to see if there was any other avenue I could take. And at the end of the day, as hard as it was, I felt like that was the only thing I could do to get my truth out there. And because I didn't know a lot of the things she was saying when I was down there. Had I known she was saying that I was silencing her and all of these things, I would have addressed it on the beach with her. But I had no idea she was saying those things. And so when I watched it, I was shook. I was shocked. It was just, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe she was saying the things she was saying. One of the big things I could take away from this is I found out really fast who my real friends are. And sometimes Bachelor Nation, they'll say things privately. I had a lot of people, especially people, even people sitting in that panel at the reunion, they reached out and they said, I probably would have done kind of what you said. Like, I probably would have done what you did. Like, I've never been in that position, but man, I don't know what I would do. But then, in public, they aren't there for you, and they don't support you. And real fast, I found out who my real friends are, and I won't forget. Like, I know who now I'm putting my energy into, and the friendships I'm going to put my energy into, because a lot of people, not only in Bachelor Nation, but in general, I'm sure in real life too, like, if it doesn't, I think self-serving is the right word. If it doesn't help them in any way, they often distance themselves. And I had a lot of friends distance themselves. But I also had a lot that honestly I'm closer than ever with. And yeah, I won't forget that for sure.